Well, hi folks. We're giving an update on where SB 866 is, and I'm here with Drew. We've been working on this bill along with a number of other things going on that would impact homeschooling. And SB 866, while it's not particularly addressing homeschooling itself, it is something that would impact homeschooling and all parental rights as it delves into an area that should stay in the realm of parental rights and not governmental authority or put a new burden on children, any of that sort of thing. So most of you are probably already familiar with SB 866. If you're not, make sure that you visit the link below that'll tell you about what this bill is about and give you action items. But just to give you an overview of what's been happening lately on it, we wanted to kind of give you an overview of what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. So we saw it come out of the Senate. SB 866 started in the Senate. It went through Judiciary Committee in the Senate and then went on to the Senate floor, was passed there, and went over to the Assembly side where it also had to go through a committee and a floor vote before going to the governor. So it passed out of the Assembly Judiciary Committee where we actually had some friends on our side speak out against the bill. Some members, Davies and Kylie, both were great supporters of parental rights and children on this bill, and I thought they did a pretty good job.
They had some great questions for the author. They definitely pushed him to try and explain himself as to why he thinks that parents shouldn't be the ones making the decision, and he didn't really have great answers for that.
Yeah, true. So but that committee, the Judiciary Committee, went ahead and passed that bill despite those important questions being unanswered, and it went to the floor in the Assembly for a vote. On Monday, it was on the list to be voted on of this week, and it was postponed until Thursday, which is today, and today it was again postponed. So we're kind of waiting till it may possibly be voted on Monday, this coming Monday.
The 13th.
But it may not be voted on, and this is a good thing. The delay is a good thing. From my perspective, I look at every day that it doesn't get a vote as another window of opportunity that we have to have an impact. We have another day to make phone calls. We have another day to visit our legislators and to make our voices heard. We were just down at the Capitol this morning, making office visits and sending, delivering thank you cards to those that have taken a stand for parental rights. And I think it's really important for us to make sure our voice gets heard. So, but before today, I thought something that was extremely encouraging to me was seeing some opposition to the bill from places I wasn't necessarily expecting it to come from. One was from Assemblyman O'Donnell's office, and he's the chairman of the Assembly Education Committee. And he had some really, really solid things to say about this bill. You want to go ahead and read us his statement?
Yeah, of course. So this was released on Tuesday, and he's still holding strong in opposition. So he put out on his social media, he said, "I consider myself a pro-vaxxer and have been vaccinated, boosted, and have had COVID-19 twice. Further, I support vaccination requirements for public health purposes. However, SB 866 is an overreach. Therefore, if and when SB 866 comes up for a vote on the Assembly floor, I will not be supporting it for a number of reasons. First, parents have the primary role in raising their children and participating in their medical decisions. The state should be very cautious when attempting to infringe upon that. Further, we must ask ourselves if this bill is the beginning of a slippery slope. Will more laws come forward to disallow parental involvement in making decisions about their minor children?"
So that's a pretty solid statement, and I was encouraged by that because
I was too.
It's not often that you get something that clear and decisive, much less from somebody who doesn't always vote the way I would want them to. So I was encouraged by that, and I think this was probably at least partly, if not largely, encouraged by the number of phone calls that you all made to Assemblyman O'Donnell's office and to other legislators' offices. So it's really important to remember your phone calls do make a difference. Your personal visits do make a difference, particularly if you are living in the district of the person that you're contacting. So at this time, I would encourage you to continue the hard work of making those phone calls and make personal visits to the district office of your assembly member. It's in the assembly, so it's your assembly members that need to hear from you right now, not the senators. Necessarily. So be sure to look up who your assembly member is, which we'll put a link to find that out down below, and contact your assembly member, whether it's by phone or in a personal visit to a district office. I would encourage you to do that as soon as possible, today, tomorrow, Friday, or early Monday, and make sure they hear from you, because they need to know that people care about this issue. And I also wanted to mention that there's a chart, it's called the life cycle of legislation, that we use to help us picture and visualize where a bill is at in the process. And this bill has made it most of the way through the process, all the way over to the last step before going to the governor's office. And it's important to understand that, because this bill is on its last step in the legislature. Now, it's theoretically possible that it could be pulled back into a committee at some point. Other steps can interject, but the regular process is for where it's at now. It could get voted on and then go immediately to the governor for his signature. So we need to be anticipating that we need to take our actions now, because we may not get another chance. This chart, if you're interested in getting it, a copy of it, it's in the back of our book, Effective Advocacy. I would encourage you to send us an email and request a copy. I'll send it to you for free. In the back of this book, which is full of other helpful information on advocacy, in the back is a folded up version of that same chart on the cycle of legislation. So with that, thanks for watching, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you, and keep calling. Set up a visit if you can. It really does have an impact.
Yep. All right. Bye for now. Thanks again.